How did you come to be part of this project?
So we put in a proposal when we saw the RFQ for this project, and it meant near and dear to my heart because of the history I had on this field. So we were aggressive with our proposal and getting the engineering services for this project.
Okay. And give me a little background, how long it took to design, what was the thought process behind it? I guess particularly because you had an existing field here, you had uh, the enclosure you had, the land that you had to work with. What was the thought? What went into that?
Sure. So Rexon Park of the city of Norwalk saw a need for this field. So we met early on with DPW, Rexon Park, and also NJSA to come up with what the needs are for the city of Norwalk and for the kids of Norwalk to upgrade the fields so become more usable and a better facility for specifically NJSA, but also for Norwalk lacrosse, girls lacrosse, and also any other soccer programs in the city of Norwalk.
As far as the physical materials and design and so forth, what that went into this field, what's unique about it? What's of interest technically?
Sure. It's pretty much straightforward in terms of a turf field. What's different and what's changed over the years is the type of infill in the field. And in this design, we have what's called a cool play infill, which allows the field to not heat up as much as your traditional black pebbles or black rubber infill. This has some green infill, so it blends in with the turf and also doesn't retain the heat like a normal field would. So that's in the technology base of the upgrades of this field in terms of your traditional fields. I think that's the biggest difference in this field that you'll see.
And then the turf itself, how long is that supposed to last?
The turf itself, that's a good question. I think it's got a 15 or 20 year lifetime on it, depending on the use and how often we use it, but it's probably like a 15 to 20 year. You can come in and redo it. I think they recently redid Norwalk High School after about 15 years use, 15, 20 year use.
Basically, you take it up like a carpet and
Correct.
roll a new one out?
Correct.
Does this just lay on here? Is there some sort of adhesive to keep it in place? How does that work?
Andy, there's
It's a glue.
There's a glue below.
Correct. So
Okay.
basically, below this, there's crushed stone with a drainage layer, so it infiltrates through. And above that, there's what they call a choke stone, so it makes it nice and flat and smooth with a nice pitch to it. And above that, they'll glue this surface on a nice smooth surface, the actual turf, and then they infill it with the rubber, the pellets.
Anything that once you got in here, it started work. Did anything of interest come up where you said, "Boy, we didn't see that"? It was, something that where you said, "Boy, we're gonna have to work around that. We're gonna have to come up with something a different idea than the way we started."
Yeah. So historically, there was a drainage system for the school here that ran through the middle of this field, which we had to reroute, which we uncovered. A lot of the infrastructure was buried, so there was a manhole in the middle of the field that was buried, and an old concrete pipe that ran through here. So we wanted to remove that pipe, reroute the drainage around the field, so if that pipe was ever compromised, it didn't compromise our brand new field.